I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24. So let's focus on verses 8 and 9. Be careful in a case of infectious skin disease, following carefully everything the Levitical priests instruct you to do. Be careful to do as I have commanded them. Remember what the Lord your God did to Miriam on the journey after you left Egypt. Deuteronomy 24, verses 8 and 9. Now, on a casual flyover, today's passage could be interpreted in a number of ways. But because the Lord included a reference to Miriam, who was Moses' sister, we have a better understanding as to what God was trying to communicate. So let's revisit the story of Miriam's leprosy. We find that in Numbers 12, verses 5 through 10. When the two of them, Aaron and Miriam, came forward, the Lord said, "Listen to what I say. If there is a prophet among you from the Lord, I make myself known to him in a vision. I speak to him in a dream. Not so with my servant Moses. He is faithful in all my household. I speak with him directly, openly, and not in riddles. He sees the form of the Lord. So why were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" The Lord's anger burned against them, and he left. And as the cloud moved away from the tent, Miriam's skin suddenly became diseased, as white as snow. Numbers 12, verses 5 through 10. Now, here's the scenario. Miriam and Aaron, we obviously know, were Moses' elder siblings, his older brother, his older sister. Aaron was the firstborn, so technically, it was his birthright to lead their family spiritually. And Miriam was the older sister who watched over the floating basket. Remember Moses as a baby. Containing baby Moses, she's watching over this basket. And given their elder status and their histories of caring for Moses, well, it only seems logical that they would be compelled to lead him. Familiarity, they say, breeds contempt. And in fact, it was their family rank and their relation to Moses which presumed their right to criticize his decisions. Now, problem. Moses was God's servant, doing what the Lord directed him to do. So questioning Moses meant questioning God. Now, our present-day application is simple. When you sin against God by questioning his institution of leadership or his faithful leaders, well, then watch out, because the Lord may allow you to contract some form of leprosy, either physical or metaphorical. And God will use that rebuke, that desperate circumstance he allows in your life as a result of your rebellion. He may use that in order to drive you to submit to the comfort and the care and the direction of the very ministers that you criticized. So watch your tongue and continue to walk according to God's word. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Check us out at groundworksministries.com.